Hi everyone, let's revise how a power station works and how is the electrical energy transmitted to our house. So a power station is basically a place where you generate electricity and energy cannot be created or destroyed. So therefore, if you want to get electricity, you must get the energy from somewhere else. So where do we get it? Well, in Singapore, our sources of energy is from natural gas, which is a fossil fuel, or the oil, which is part of fossil fuel as well. And so this is the distribution. Different power station will supply energy to different zones in Singapore. Um, of course, nuclear power station will be very it's a power station that generates a lot of electricity, but this is not considered in Singapore because we are too small. So if any accident, the whole country will, everyone in the country will die. So what basically gives you electrical energy in a power station is the generator, right? But a generator cannot work unless there's something to turn it, because you need to turn a generator. Only when you turn a generator, then you can produce electricity. So we must find a way to turn our generator. And so let's take a look at how a power station looks like. Now, this is an example of a coal-powered power station. So basically, I use coal as the fuel, but it doesn't matter. I can change this to natural gas. I can change it to any other fossil fuel. It still works the same way. So basically, your fuel will go in to a furnace to be heated up. So you will use this you will use this fuel, be it coal or natural gas or oil. It enters the power station. It will be heated up. So what do you use the heat for? Well, the heat is for you to boil water. So as you can see, the water is in all these tubes over here, right? So you use the fuel to boil water. And when you boil water, you will generate a lot of steam. So the steam now travels at very high speed, and because the speed of the steam is very high, it's forced through a very narrow pipe. So the speed is very fast, and you will then turn the turbine. It is not easy to turn a generator. Okay, a turbine is like you can think of it like a fan, the blade of a fan. So it's easy to turn a turbine, but note that the turbine is actually connected to the generator. So when you turn the turbine, the generator will turn, and then you will get electrical energy. So in summary, the fuel will be used to boil water. When the water boils, the steam is used to turn a turbine. The turbine will turn the generator and you get electrical energy. What then we need to know next is energy conversion, and that's important. So we'll look at it step by step, all right? So in the furnace, your this is where you burn your fuel to produce heat. And remember, this heat is used to boil water. But I'm just talking about the part where you burn the fuel. So remember, all fuel has chemical potential energy in them. So when you burn the fuel, the chemical potential energy will be released as heat. So this is the energy conversion when you burn the fuel. And then the heat that is produced from the burning, this heat that is produced, will be used to boil water, and then you will get steam that travels at very high speed, right? So we know that this steam actually travels at very high pressure and they travel very fast. So therefore, you say that it's converted to kinetic energy, okay, because it has very high pressure. It's a very high pressure steam. Okay, so the heat that is generated has been converted into kinetic energy of the steam. And because the steam is moving so fast, um, because the steam is moving so fast, this kinetic energy will be used to turn the turbine, right? So the kinetic energy of the steam is transferred to the turbine. So it's from kinetic energy of the steam to kinetic energy of the turbine. So now the turbine starts to turn. And when the turbine turns, actually, I think I want to change a little bit. I'm not very comfortable with this conversion. So when your turbine has kinetic energy, it will start to turn, right? But before you can generate electricity, this turbine is actually connected. Can you see the turbine is here? There is actually a connection. So to kinetic energy of your generator also needs to turn. Then only when the generator turns, electrical energy comes out. Electrical energy doesn't get produced by turning turbine. It gets produced by turning generator. Okay, so the turbine turns, make your generator turns, and then electrical energy is produced. And once the electrical energy is produced from the power station, you need to transmit this electrical energy all the way to your home, but you cannot directly transfer it to your house before it starts the transmission. You need to actually step up the voltage first. Step up means you need to increase the voltage, and the reason why you want to do that is because you want with a high voltage there will be less energy loss. You don't want to generate a lot of electrical energy, and then after that, by the time you reach your house, so little is left, right? Because the distance can be quite far. So when you step up voltage, you actually reduce energy loss, and you give them the energy to travel long distance. But this voltage cannot go into your house because that will damage everything in your house. So before it reaches your house, you've got to make sure you step it down to something that your household circuit can take. So you will go to what we call a substation to be stepped down gradually. Then you can go into your house. Okay, so a little summary from what we have done. If electrical energy is stepped up to a high voltage before it leaves the power station. All right. So the voltage, so your power station's voltage is this, right? So you step up to a big voltage, and then you come down to a small voltage again before it goes to your house. So this is power station. This is your home. All right, so step up to a big voltage. And why do you need to do that? Because you want to reduce energy lost. A high voltage, you have less energy loss. Okay, and from here to here, this actually takes place in a place called the substation. Okay, substation is a place where you step down the voltage. The stepping up, actually, this one takes place in the power station. So perhaps you would like to just watch a little video to see how this is taking place. Okay, so just a short video. Whoops. Oops.